On this Midway. Tune in to the Father's Day show. We are about to get the show started very, very shortly. Get it. Stop playing, man. Tune in. We about to go live, y'all. Tune in. What's up with it, baby? Tune in. About to get this thing started very, very shortly, y'all. Forget it. Let's go right now. Let's go. Ooh. Hey, camera. Get right, camera. Camera, get right. Hold on, let me get this camera right, y'all. We playing right now. We playing. Get my camera right. Listen, hold up, man. Hey, one man's show, so we're a little bit off, but it's all good. God know my spirit. What's up, man? Father's Day show right here. Hey, folk in the Facebook channel, on the Facebook chat, we got time to get me to come play some game. Hey, I'll be back on in a little bit, man. I know I've been distant from the Game Time Midway, but we still here, man. I've been doing a lot of stuff over here in my world. What's going on, y'all? Midway, Father's Day show, episode 14, baby. Let's get it. The one and only. Let me check and make sure we are all live. Check and make sure we all live. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Father's Day show once again. If you haven't watched the show before, this show right here is a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, a little bit mellow as well, a little bit informative, a little bit hood. As you can see, I had last episode, my hairline was destroyed. You know, I had type 2 Anthony Hamilton syndrome with the beard looking all messed up, but you know, I had to wrap it up today, man, because I wasn't finna hear no nonsense. But we in the building. We are definitely here. Let me get my screens and stuff set up. I want to make sure we are operational. All mics and stuff set up. Yes, we are. We looking good. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Once again, hey, if you want to see more episodes of this show, man, if you like it, please hit the like and subscribe button, the follow button, all that stuff. Share the content with all the people you know out there. Make sure you're coming in every week. We do this show every week, every Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. Today we had like a little thing going on in my real world, and so I had to push the show back to 8:45 or whenever it started just now. But I do, if you want to know updates, current updates about the show, go to the Facebook page, Father's Day Show. Just type in Father's Day Show and it'll pop up. It's a red and black emblem, FD emblem. You hear all the stuff about the show, with the topics. You can tune in and talk about topics you want to discuss as well. But that's pretty much how you get updates on the show. We go live on Facebook and YouTube. If you go to YouTube, type in SPMediaTV, no spaces, SPMedia, SPMediaTV. Go to the channel page, click on the playlist, and go to the Father's Day playlist, and you'll find all our content right there. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go to XO. I don't post too much. I want to post more often. I should be more social media savvy, but I do lack quite a bit in that department. I got to get my life together, man. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. We here once again. God, listen. If you ain't seen the episodes, like I said, go to YouTube or Facebook. Check out the old episodes, man. Last week, I went in a little bit. I had a little fun. This show right here, like I said, is my outlet. It's like a therapy session for me, man. I get to get all the stuff on my mind out that has to do with me being a father, me being a parent, me being a working man, me being in relationships, out of relationships, me dealing with life in general, period, man. And this show, like I tell people, is not necessarily here to beat down the woman's perspective or say a woman is wrong or say why women shouldn't be praised, but it's definitely here to commend the fathers out there. It's definitely here to make sure the fathers got a platform to come and let they ish out, let all they drama out, you know, tell their baby mama how they feel, talk to baby mamas and talk to other men and try to, you know, make the community great, man. I want black fathers to be represented and held down in our society in a very positive light, man, because we don't really have too much positive platforms for black men out there. This show is about fathers in general, but mostly for black men, because I want to change the stigma in America about how black fathers are viewed, man. So my whole motto, as far as time is concerned, I don't like to hold people up because the World Series is going on. My Braves, I'm a baseball fan. Well, I'm a Braves fan. I've been a Braves fan since I don't know how long. But then the World Series, man, I'm not watching the game right now, but I already know they're going to take it, man. They up, 3-1? And it's just, you know, it's congratulations, Bray. I know y'all going to take that. I hope y'all take that. If y'all already, you know, if y'all don't know, man, go check that game out. But that's what we competing against right now because we're going live with that. Anyway, today's topic, man, I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to keep the show short like I always say, under 45 minutes or 45 minutes or less. Today's topic. Damn, what the hell is today's topic? I don't even know. Let me get my life together. Death by a million kids. I'm talking today about what it is to have a whole bunch of kids. There's a stigma out there. Like, I got a lot of kids, right? I got a lot of baby mamas, you know, all from relationships, you know, I was in, but still, you know, I have them. So I want to talk about my struggles, about myths that go on, that are circulating out there about guys who have a bunch of kids, positives about it, negatives about it, how it can hinder you and all that good stuff, man. But before we get into the topic, the main topic for the show, I want to talk about some news, man. I want to talk now. It's a little old, the Will and Jada issue they had about the Red Table Talk with Gwyneth Paltrow, who fine as hell, by the way. That's a sexy white woman, man. I think she like what 50 or something like that. She old. But she's still fine as hell. I like them seasoned. I like my chicken with a little season on it. You hear me? I don't want no raw chicken out here. I need my chicken little Lowry's on there, sprinkle little Lowry's, you know, some of that little dash, put whatever you want to put on there. I just like my chicken with a little sauce to it. You know what I'm talking about? So, but yeah, I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about man, it's a contraceptive out there for men. Y'all probably heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, I'm gonna talk about it. And it's a weird one, man, but it's for us men. So it's a Father's Day show. I'm gonna talk about it. All right, so the Will and Jada issue. All right, so Red Table Talk, as everybody know by now, it's this show that Jada Pinkett has on Facebook where she discusses all types of topics. And the last episode, I think it aired on the 27th, she had Gwyneth Paltrow on talking about sex and stuff like that, with how it relates to family and all that. And I think Gwyneth Paltrow has a show that she does now when she brings people on and talk about it. And so the Red Table people brought her on to discuss those topics. And in that discussion, this is why I don't like media. This is what I'm afraid that might happen with me, because you know, I like to run my mouth and I just free flow off the dome. I don't even have, a lot of times I don't even have scripts and stuff that I be, you know, like a plan. I just have a topic and I just free flow off of it. So I'm probably gonna say something that's gonna get me put in trouble. But they was talking about sex, and I think the topic came up where Jada said something about you gotta trust, you know, it's hard to talk about, be open and be wild in the bedroom with your spouse. And you know, your spouse, if they love you, they should know what's they should be able to read your mind and all that stuff. Simple statements, right? And the media took that as a way to get some clicks and try to spread some rumors that Will and Jada are having trouble in the bedroom, right? Now, my thoughts on that couple, I don't know them personally, obviously, like a lot of us don't. but we like to insert our opinions on their relationship. I want to, first of all, leave them alone. We don't know what the hell they got going on in their bedroom. All we know is what the media puts out there for us to know. Or we'll watch the Red Table Talk and hear Jada say something small or whatever about their relationship, and we'll let that statement or statements become all that Will and Jada are. First of all, like, who are we to talk about another couple's relationship when a lot of us have problems in our own relationship? Like, it just makes no sense at all. You know, it's like people out here looking for a reason for that couple to fail. And it's like a little small conspiracy I have in my own mind that I believe that, one, because they're black, because they're very successful, and mainly because they have, I guess, an open relationship. I guess, I don't know, but it's like a rumor out there that they get into some stuff. But so it's pretty much not traditional. You don't typically see in the forefront black relationships out here succeeding. You know, succeeding extremely well and be open and successful for as long as they've been together. Well, I'm thinking like 30 years or something like that. And we like to try to apply our misery to their relationship, which is like the dumbest thing ever. We should be looking at that for inspiration and motivation, praise, look and see what we can take from that to help our own relationships, to see if we can build and grow and be non-traditional. They're non-traditional, so it's working for them, so maybe it can work for you, as opposed to trying to see if they can fail, man. But yeah, the statement she made, I'm gonna go to this article on Revolt TV, and it talks about Jada addressing the issues that were being discussed over that show that the media put out. Like she was trying to, you know, say they got problems in their relationship or whatever. And this, I'm gonna read a couple lines off of this from Revolt TV News. It said that Jada Pinkett has responded after actions, and this is just a copyright claim. I'm just reading this for, I should read the copyright claim, the statute itself, but this is for news reporting and all that, so I don't want to get any violation or anything. This is coming from RevoltTV.com. This article I'm checking out, and it talks about Jada Pinkett has responded after reactions to her latest Red Table Talk episodes went viral. And what went viral, like I said, it was a statement here. It says it's here we go. All right, so however, on one part of the episode got Twitter users viral attention when Jada briefly brought up a long time marriage to Will. After discussing the importance of taking accountability in their own lives, Gwyneth and Adrienne, her mama, bonded over the fact that they're both newlyweds, while Jada reflected on how she and Will have been down and dirty for 26 years. All right, so this is where it gets a little crazy. Jada says it's hard. The thing that Will and I talk about is a lot of journey, on a journey or whatever. And then it gets down into it, and she says, that's why the accountability part hit for me because I think you expect your partner to know what you want, especially when it comes to sex. Basically, now, if you watch the episode like I did, the episode is 30 minutes long pretty much, and they discuss briefly, extremely briefly, about relationships. And Jada says something about it, you know, pretty much if your partner loves you, they're supposed to read your mind and all that stuff. And people, I don't know, man, it's just, I get so frustrated thinking about how we as a society insert ourselves into people's lives through media. Like, we barely know our own family members. How the hell, who are we to talk about somebody else's relationship and do it with such certainty, man? It's like, this man has raised 2 amazing kids, well, 3 really, because we cannot forget about Trey. Trey is a wonderful guy out there. I don't know him personally, but from everything I've seen and known about Trey, he's been raised pretty well by his father and his mom. Also, like, the man is doing something right. Now, this is the Father's Day show, so I want to focus on Will's part in this. But our society, when it comes to interjecting ourselves into somebody else's relationship, the man is obviously doing something right. He's maintained his family unit through trials and tribulations some of y'all be leaving y'all families over the smallest stuff, cause she received a Facebook message from an ex-boyfriend. You ready to, you know, fight and leave? You know what I'm saying? And this guy has stuck with his woman, even though he's done his dirt as well. He's stuck with his woman through some stuff that some of y'all ain't even got a heart to even think about, let alone stick with her through. So he doing something right. He bringing in the paper. He taking care of the household. He got the family. He raising his kids very well. But we still feel like we can just insert ourselves in their lives, and then with so much certainty. Who are we to do that, man? If you're just tuning in right now too, man, I'm talking right now. This is the Father's Day show. I'm talking right now about it's a little old news from last Wednesday on the Red Table Talk, when Jada Pinkett and Gwyneth Paltrow and her mom, Jada's mom, talked about sex and everything, and Jada mentioned some stuff about her and Will, and society pretty much just ran with it. Man, that's just so dumb. Like, y'all, we gotta stop doing that. I know it's a talking point. It creates clicks and all that stuff, man. But who are we to talk about these folk relationship, man? Again, this is off Revolt TV. Who are we to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Only because I got time today. Stop making up headlines, Jada wrote. Watch the Red Table Talk I did. Watch the Red Table Talk I did with Gwyneth Paltrow for yourselves. Will and I have never had any issues in the bedroom. Listen, that's a comment straight from Jada, right? She say a couple statements about sex in general and related to her family. Media goes off and creates this narrative of nonsense because we American users like to read headlines and look at clickbait stuff. We'll read that and assume a narrative that is true, or we'll assume that their narrative is true, and the real people got to sit back and just watch as America just creates some false images about them. If I was Jada, I don't know, man. She's in the spotlight. She has that show, and that show is doing very well. So maybe she need to say something. But from my small platform and my small nobody know who I am life, I'd be like, I don't really give a damn what y'all say, because I'm the type of person who's, maybe I'm not in the big time life. So I for right now, I'm saying this based on where I'm at in life. I don't give a damn what somebody else says about what they think my life is, because I know what my life actually is and what's actually going on. It's interesting to hear their perspectives and hear their points, but I find it weird that people speak with such certainty on someone else's life based on small interactions. And I do it sometimes too, but I do it rarely. And when I do it and I find out I'm doing it, I like to check myself and get out of that mentality, because it's so damning to us, man. Anyway, let me move on. I'm taking up too much time on this topic, man. My next topic, though. All right, so this is where the conversation gets a little fun, because the topic is death by a million kids. The main topic for today's show is death by a million kids, right? Now, there is, if you haven't heard, there is a new male contraceptive out there on the market. Man, it's so crazy, because this new thing is just out of this world. It's, oh man, it's, for me, I'm trying. Let me settle down. I gotta be a reporter. I gotta talk. Let me act like I'm talking to humans and not just, because my head is all over the place. I got type 2 ADHD and type 1 lisp and stutterism. You know, I stutter and I have a lisp, and I get all over the place. Let me slow it down, get full focus, and talk to you guys about this ridiculous ass male contraceptive. All right, check this out, man. And this is coming from JamesDysonAward.org. All right, this new contraceptive is called COSO. If you haven't heard about it, it is basically something that stops the male sperm from being viable for a short period of time, so that we can go out there and raw dog some punani, right? We can go raw dog some punani. And it ain't like a condom where you just slide it over the meat shaft, and you know what I'm saying, you got a chance of not catching nothing and not having no babies pending if it work, or you don't seep out, or nothing goes wrong with the malfunctioning. It ain't no IUD, no rings or nothing like that. It's for us men, right? So it helps you get that raw sensation without having to worry about having your children Hey Cynthia, how you doing, Auntie? What's going on? I'm talking about this new male contraceptive that's on the market right now for us men, and it's a little weird to me, but yeah, it's basically something that it works in a very particular way. So let's get on to it, and we're gonna find out a little bit more about this thing called the Kuso, right? And this is what it looks like right here, and you see by the image right here. Let me see if I can see this image right here. This is what it looks like, and this is the image of a man's testicles. Basically, you dip your balls in this device, and it shuts your sperm down to keep you from having these cheering. I might need to invest in this myself. What is this right here? Koso. This video shows the application of the Koso step by step. Okay, so we're gonna watch the video, and this is off of jamesdysonaward.org. We're gonna watch this little video of how you're supposed to use the Koso. Alright. You charge it up. Hey. Me and my brother might need it. You fill it up with water, press the heat button. Hey. Dip your balls, heat up your balls. So we gotta fill up the your Koso is ready to use. We gotta plug it up, charge it up like a cell phone, put some water in there, turn it on, dip my balls in the water for a few minutes. And this be fire right here. Hey, dip your balls in the Koso. Hey, and so it's an app, and you done. So we dip our balls for a little bit. Now we can have raw sex, and we ain't gotta worry about getting nobody pregnant because our balls don't work for a short period of time. All right, so if your balls ain't working, can you still? Well, I'm sure you can still have orgasms. That don't make sense, but that's how it works, man. You dip your balls in a water-filled bucket, and you get ultrasonic waves sent into your balls, and then your balls effectively don't work. Small, compact use at home. Look at this. This is the design process. They drew it up a little bit, had a couple of concept sketches and all that, had paper prototypes. Did some testing and expert evaluation. How do you do expert evaluation on the ball dip machine? Like, how do you evaluate ball dipping mechanisms if we've never had a ball dipping organized system before? This Koso is a new type of development where you dip your balls. I just like saying dipping your balls because it just sounds so crazy that, like, everything we know about contraceptives is just, I guess is what we know. We know about condoms and IUDs and pulling out. But now we got a ball dip machine. This gonna be a lot of jokes for some comedians out there. You dipping your balls. They got colors that you can customize your ball dip machine. We got white ball dipping. We got I guess it's black ball dipping, and then we got the peach or goddamn, what is this? Off beige yellow egg custard ball dip machine. That's what's up. You got different color ball dipping. Technical structure, status display. So okay, so this line, I guess right here, if you can see it, I guess that's where you fill the line up, the water up to a certain line for your balls. So I guess if you got deep balls, if your balls is deep, you got to put a lot of water in there. If your balls is shallow, I don't know. Does this thing come in different sizes for those with big balls like myself, or is it a one size fits all for balls? Like, how do they fix that? I don't know. Ball dipping. What it does, many men would like to take on more responsibility in matters of contraception. Hey, listen, but the options are limited. Koso is an ultrasonic based reversible and hormone-free male contraceptive device for home use that temporarily modifies spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis. What does that mean? Sperm doing something. Genesis meaning creation. Creating of sperm. Okay, it temporarily modifies your creation of sperm. That's what's up. COSO. I might if it's affordable, I might have to use that. Me and my 2,700 kids. How it works? All right. This is how it works. The user puts water in the device up to the indicated mark, which is set together with a doctor according to the individual testicle size. So I guess that line does relate to how big your balls is. But that's how deep the water is. They don't say if the COSO itself is wide enough to hold your balls. Like, what if your balls, you can only dip one ball in at a time, you know? The left ball is what's connected to the epididymis cord, which shoot the sperm out. So what if I only dip my right ball, or only my right ball get in there more than my left ball do? Will that mean I'll have a malfunctioning ball spermatogenesis? Or I don't know. They might need to talk about that a little bit more. Maybe it's in the instructions. Then the water is heated up to operating temperature. COSO is ready for ultrasonic treatment. The user spreads his legs and sits down to place the testicles in the device. The ultrasonic process continues for a few minutes. The remaining time can be monitored in real time via the COSO app. So we gotta sit there. We gotta sit there with our balls in our hand, right? With the COSO right here. Dip our balls in the COSO while trying to be aroused. Baby, I've been there a little bit. I gotta get my balls right. And we gotta cut our app on with our legs wide open and our balls dipped in a cup, a ball dip cup, with our phone up, looking at the app so we can make sure our balls is ready. You know, it's a time limit to how long our balls got to be submerged in this ultrasonic water, right? And they say, COVID, after the treatment, the device switches off automatically. The technology of the COSO is based on a study of the Parsimus Foundation from 2012, in which successful research was conducted on ultrasound contraception. So far, the procedure has been applied to animals, therefore the technical parameters are hypothetically transferred to humans. So they don't really know if this thing is gonna work. So maybe I gotta wait till a couple people get pregnant with their ball dip machine malfunctioning, or to see if it's gonna actually work with other people before I start going willy-nilly with my balls out. Okay. So that's pretty much, it's won awards. Look, check this out. Nomination for the Franz Berwick Prize at the Technical University in Munich. Right. Pending interview with political organization Better Birth Control, which advocates for more contraceptives for men. Pending interview for Contraceptive Magazine, and pending part of everything pending. Damn, I wish I could have kids that were pending. Hey, I'm pregnant. Well, that's pending. That's pending. Baby, that's pending. Wait, but I know I'm pregnant. I took it. No, that test is pending. Pending interview with goddamn Better Birth Control. That's what it is. My balls was dipped. You ain't finna tell me that's my baby. You ain't about to tell me that's my baby, because my balls was dipped. My balls was dipped. That's what's up, man. COSO. If you want to learn a little bit more about COSO, man, just go online and and find out more about the ball dip machine. All right, so I definitely could use that, Auntie. She say me and my brother could use that. Yeah, we got a bunch of cheering, man. I feel sorry for my mom and daddy. I mean, I really do, cause I don't care nothing about my kids, but they do, you know. Somebody gonna take that clip of me saying that and use that in the courtroom or something and try to use it against me, knowing I'm playing. But I should have dipped my balls before them kids came. I wish I had that ball dip machine, man. Anyway, man, we got 30 minutes right now, and I got to get to my topic, my main topic I had, because I want to keep these shows short. I ain't trying to have y'all looking at these shows for no 448 hours and you trying to go watch the World Series like I am. Hey, Father's Day show. We live, y'all. Too many children, but they're my babies. Yes, I love my shorties, man. My babies, man, the best part about being a dad is the fact that you get to love on a child that you created, man. Something that you created, that's a lot of stuff is taken from you that you might like you might can create a business that can be sold and taken away from you. You might come up with an idea, something like all this stuff is outside of you. But what can't be changed is your DNA. Them kids, whether they're adopted by somebody else, whether you see them or not, whether they're in your life or not, they still part of you. That's a part of, that's something you create. That's literally a part of your DNA. So they're gonna forever be a part of you. They look like you, they act like you, they sound like you, but at the very least, they are you. And that's one of the best things about being a dad, man. It's like you get to continue your legacy when you have cheering out here in these streets. But the topic for the day, death by a million kids, right? This is why I decided to talk about this topic today. I got a couple notes, but they so non-put together. It don't even, I'm gonna just have to freestyle this for the day. I freestyle for the most part, but this is like, this is why I decided to talk about this topic right here. Should I say that? Should I say this? Nah, I'm gonna keep it to myself because it ain't really y'all business. But this show, like I said, is my therapy. It's something I use to just talk about people. I mean, talk to people about my life and what's going on, and hopefully somebody else can relate to it and grow from it, or give me some advice, leave some in the comment section, come on the Facebook page or something, and leave me some information. But I want to talk about this because my life has gone in a way that I never saw it going, and a large part of it is due to my handling of my Cocker Spaniel and the growth of my number of children that I've had, right? So a couple myths that they have about men with cheering, a bunch of cheering. One of the things I hear a lot in the dating world, when I sit down with a woman and she's into me because she's like, oh, you so fine and you so funny and you tall and all this good stuff, and she's into me. You know, I have a really good talk game when it comes to women. I don't know where it come from. It just developed for the most part. Not necessarily a bragging thing, but it's just the truth for what it is. So women, I can get a woman off the jump. I can get pretty much whoever that sounds arrogant as hell, but I have confidence to gain a woman's interest in me from the jump. But what happens when we get into learning about one another, and I tell them how many children I have, because I don't hide that. My kid, listen, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to get some poo down there. My kids are my heart. If a dude is out here lying about how many kids he got because he's afraid he gonna run a woman off, he'll bust her to me. Straight up and down. Your kid, it's a billion women out there, but you only got a limited amount of kids. Your kids ain't going nowhere. Women will come and go, but them kids should come first in your life at all times. So I don't lie about that. But when it comes down to me talking about this, the first thing I always get when I tell women the amount of children I have, you a hoe. What, you just be slanging that wood all around the city? Dang! And the next question that comes up is, how many baby mamas you got? And then I got a couple of them too. You hear me? Because I was in relationships with all of them. From the outside looking in, one of the myths is you look like a whore when you tell women, well, when you have a bunch of kids as a man, especially a young black man. They look at you as a sperm donor and not a father contributor. You know, I contribute to my children's lives by being a father, by being a parent, by being active in their lives. I don't just skeet off in women and get them pregnant and run off. That ain't what it is. But it's a myth. It is a myth that I've seen. Cynthia also says too many children, but they're my babies. True, so true. Loving on them is much of a joy. Yeah, I love my babies, but the myth that just because you have a bunch of children that you're a whore is something that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? And to show you what I mean for you ladies out there that say, well, y'all women call us, y'all men call us women who get a lot of Cocker Spaniel or who out here in these streets or who's sexually open, y'all call us whores. Yes, we do, and it's something that I don't like as well. Just because a woman is sexually liberated, I'll call it, doesn't mean she's a whore. A whore, by definition, is somebody who receives payment and transfer of giving up their punani. Now, if you out here smashing for free, that's irresponsible, but you're not a whore. Think about it. But I don't like these labels that they put on you, man. Another myth, back to my topic. Another myth that I see a lot, or I hear a lot when it comes to men who have a lot of kids, is that we don't really care to take care of our children. We don't care about being in their lives. And this is a topic I'm going to discuss. What I'm about to say now, the topic I'm going to discuss in the future episode of the Father's Day show. Forgive me, I talk fast. I have a list, but I stutter, so try to hang with me. This idea that we don't care to take care of our children, it's something about that I think as a society we miss when it comes to the father's role in a children's life. From the rip, and I'm talking about if you're not married, from the rip, the father is placed on the outside. The mother is placed on the inside. Follow me. The mother is basically given parental rights, or in this I'm talking about society's mind. The mother is seen as, this kid is the mother's. The father has to come in and assert himself as the parent. The woman don't have to assert anything. It's like society just grants her this idea that she's a parent, but the father isn't granted by society view that he's the parent. It's like she's a single parent and the father has to come along and attach himself to this child. I don't like that, because just because I ain't carry no kid, just because the kid may live with the mom, just because the kid is carried by the mom and is nurtured by the mom and all that, I'm just as freaking important to this kid as well. What it should be is the mother and father are parents and they have to leave that assignment. It shouldn't be that a woman is given that assignment and a man has to ask or insert himself to become part of the assignment. No, father mucker, I am the assignment just the same as that mother. Once that kid is created by me and that mother, we are the parents. And if we stop becoming the parents, it's not because we weren't assigned, it's because one of us walked out on that child. I don't like how society automatically gives a woman some kind of big upped position of parenting, and the father is not even thought of, and he has to bring himself into the situation. No. But let me pull back. Because that's a whole other topic. I got a lot of stuff I want to say about how society views the mother versus the father when it comes to children in non-wedlock situations. Another myth that is out there that has, for men that have a bunch of children. It seems as if we, how do I say this? How do I say this so it makes sense? Israel says breathe. Yes, I'm trying to breathe, man. This stuff, man, I take this father stuff very serious, man, because I don't know what it is in me. I just love, I think I was born to be a dad. Anyway, or at least talk about this stuff. Yeah, but it's like another myth I'm talking about is like we how do I say it? It seems as if people look at a man with a lot of kids as if he don't have his stuff together. I guess that's a simple way to say it. Like, not only are we seen as a whore, we're seen as if we don't have control over our lives. And this is something that was said to me recently. They question if I have control over my life. And like I started saying earlier, because I have a bunch of kids that have came about me living and I never saw myself going down this path. Yes, I didn't see this happening, but nobody knows the future. But it's not like I wasn't in control, if that makes any sense. This myth that men who have a bunch of kids are just willy-nilly out here. Reckless. Israel says reckless. That's a good word. I'm not reckless. like I said, from the outside looking in, I look like a whore because that's society's vision. We got these glasses on. For some reason, it's a stigma out there that if you have a bunch of kids, you a whore, you reckless, you don't know what you're doing, you just out here slanging wood. No, one, I was in relationships with each and every one of the women I had children with. Every single one of them. The shortest relationship I was in with a woman that I have kids with about a year and about two months. And I have 2 children by her. We were together, every single one of them. I was in relationships with all of them. The longest one was about 4.5 years. I had children over a span of about 12 years of my life. I was in relationships with each one of them during them 12 years. Yes, the choice to have children, a lot of the times it happened because of sex in relationship, unprotected sex in relationship, but it was never reckless. I knew the consequences of unprotected sex. I knew the consequences of letting that thing skid off up in that. I knew the woman that I at least I thought I knew to the best of my ability, the woman that I was with, and the potential of the interaction I would have to have with her if she were to become pregnant and have my child. So I wasn't reckless out here in these streets. But one thing I will say that I didn't necessarily vet the women out to the point that where I could be okay knowing that I wouldn't have a hard time with this woman. And when I say that, I didn't take time to vet if this woman would be a good co-parent. Now, I was young, but that's no excuse. But one thing in my defense, I will say this. I knew these women as friends first and as spouses second. You can gauge how they will be as a friend and as a spouse because that's something easy to do. But you cannot gauge how a person will be as a parent. You can only gauge that if they have children already or after you have the kid already. A person can be a wonderful spouse but a terrible co-parent. And one thing I hate that is put on a man, that is said about a man who talks about his issues with his baby mama. The person listening tends to say this dumbass statement. Well, you chose them. You chose that person. Yes, I chose that person to have sex with. Yes, I chose to have unprotected sex as well. But I did not choose their irresponsible actions as a co-parent. They did that. I chose my actions. I chose to have sex. I didn't choose to have a terrible co-parent. Yes, there are characteristics that can be displayed in the friendship and in the spouse lane that could bleed over and that can kind of give you foresight into how they'll be as a co-parent. But for the most part, a boyfriend, girlfriend, married, a woman, wife, or whatever has nothing to do with how you are as a mother, right? Because the responsibility of a spouse is completely different than the responsibility of raising another human being. There's so many pressures that can come on you when it comes to that can come on a woman and a man when it comes to raising a child that you cannot foresee until you have a child. You can see other examples of people struggling with money, trying to take care of a kid. If you ain't got no kid, you got to try to figure out how will it be as a parent. You can look at an issue with someone who has kids and see what they're going through. They got money issues. I want to make sure I'm straight in life with my money before I have kids. They have co-parenting issues. And you say, I want to pick a person who I believe will be a great co-parent. You can try your best to structure your life as much as possible, but until you're in the driver's seat of being a parent and having a real human life that you can and probably will go to jail for if you ain't doing right by this mug, is a whole nother ball game. A whole nother ball game. It's kind of like how white people or uppity people have the nerve to talk about life in the hood or life in the struggle or life in poverty. All you gotta do is pull yourself up by your bootstraps. All you gotta do is just go get a job. All you gotta do is just apply. No, nigga. I'm trying not to cuss. God damn it. Shit. Forward focus. No, right? That is a myth. You're talking out the side of your neck, as they say. You cannot know what it's like until you're in that driver's seat. One thing I will say is that I have learned on how to deal with a negative co-parent because of my experience of the past of getting a new baby mama, and we're getting a new woman, having a child, and growing. So I do know how to deal with their negativity when it does arrive. But you cannot know how a person is gonna be once they have a child. So stop with those myths about us being reckless. It's not about being reckless. It's reckless after the fact. Hey, if you got the baby mama, she acting crazy, and you acting crazy with her, that's reckless. You know what I'm saying? But we can't control how somebody else co-parents. We can only control ourselves. So if we got a bad co-parent, don't look at us like we out here just being reckless, or we just out here slinging wood. I was in relationships with all of them. They'll tell you their boy Al was holding it down with me and him, and we happen to have a kid. But moving on, man. Hardships that can come from having a lot of kids. This is something that I want to focus on well too. Hardships, because this is what I had to stop and think about in my own life of how it's affected me. Now, I'm business savvy. I have a business degree as well. It's on my mama's table. If you don't believe me, go ask my mama. She'll show you the degree. Collar popping. But so I'm business minded. I'm educated. I'm intelligent. I'm smart. And I have the potential to go high places. And this is something I was talking to a friend of mine earlier about at work. I have the potential to be someplace elevated, but I missed a lot of my clues and a lot of my doors that were open because of issues I was dealing with in my personal life, and a lot of it dealt around my children's mom. Cynthia says, if there are no plans from either partner to have children, then things as parents can be a strain on either the father and the mother, regardless if you're married or not. That's absolutely true. And what she's saying, I'm gonna kind of relate to what I'm talking about now. I had plans of playing football. I had plans of starting businesses. I had plans on moving. I had plans on saving and investing and all of that stuff, right? Because I know about money. I know about Rule of 72. I know about all type of stuff that has to do with succeeding financially. But I missed my mark because I was young and I was unaware of the effect of having multiple children and multiple baby moms, that I let my mental state and my focus leave what I know as far as business and let it start to turn and focus on the issues I'm dealing with all these children and these baby moms. So now I'm focused on how to get this right and maintain my relationship with my children and keep the peace between my baby moms, but I'm all focused with who I want to be in life and how I can get there financially, right? So one of the hardships I dealt with was managing the two. And I wasn't, when you think about it, I wasn't even managing. I was neglecting my ability to create income to focus on my children, to focus on managing that relationship, because it's very important to me. But the hardship I was dealing with was recognizing that I shouldn't be trying to turn focus from one to the other. I should be managing them both. I missed the mark when it came to growing business. This platform that you're watching on now, SPMediaTV, I own that company. I have an LLC. I have businesses that I have started. But this company I started in 2013, during a time when I was pretty much down and out because of stuff I was going through my baby mamas. I started this company because I love video. I love content creation. I love helping others. But one thing I wasn't focused on or able to focus on because of my hardships with my kids, baby moms, and all that stuff in the government, I didn't focus on how I can grow this content to become an empire. Even though I was in the realm before YouTube was blowing up, I could have caught that wave a long time ago by producing content and owning my content, keeping my content, creating a page, creating a platform to be able to grow it into something that flourishes. I was giving my content away. I was creating videos for people, all that stuff, and I was selling it to them as a product versus maintaining it and growing my own platform and keeping ownership of that content, so I can have a whole catalog of things over the last 8-9 years when I first created this company. I'm just now starting to do that. One of the things I'm doing is creating SPMediaTV on YouTube, and creating pretty much like a TV channel. I have the Father's Day show. I have a couple other show ideas that I don't want to talk about until they're finished, because I don't like talking about something if I ain't doing it. But I'm able to focus on being a great parent now through experience. Experience has taught me this. I'm able to focus on being a great parent as well as managing my business life. But that's a hardship I had to deal with because I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm going long. Another hardship that you may have is managing new relationships. I don't have that problem. Like I said before, I don't have a problem getting a woman. Women like to laugh. I can make women laugh. I don't try to be funny, but women like my personality. The number one thing they say about me, and this is something that bothers me too, I'd be like, so shoot, shawty, what you really like about AP? They always say this, and it bothers me sometimes. I love your sense of humor. You make me laugh. Your personality. I'd be like, for once, can somebody say, cause you fine? I mean, I know I'm a cool 5.5, 6 on some days, but I just want somebody to be like, you know, I really like you cause you just Shamar who? It's all about Al. My name ain't even sexy. Like Alvin. My name ain't sexy. I'm at my own personal insecurities leading to the conversation. Let me get forward focus. But yeah, meeting new women. This balance of trying to engage with a new woman, learn her, she learn you, and y'all just completely soak one another up to grow and become something great. It's kind of hard to do that if the woman, because the woman tends to start looking at, well, he got all these kids, well, he got all these baby mamas, I don't want to have to deal with all that drama and all this and that. And it's like, baby, no, you ain't got to deal with that. You deal with me. I'll handle that. Trust me that I'm gonna be a man and handle my situations, so you won't have to handle that. So you won't got to deal with that drama. Managing that can be a task, man. That's a very, for us guys out there, for you guys out there and that's trying to enter into the dating world, and you got multiple kids and multiple baby mamas, I would give the advice by saying this: be yourself, be the best you can be. And when it comes to her asking questions about how you deal with that with the other women, do not talk bad about them women. I don't care if they are terrible women. Do not talk bad about those women to that new woman. Because one thing that can potentially do is, she may really be into you and she may want to have children with you as well. Not saying you should or shouldn't, but if you talking bad to her about these women, in her eyes, she can be like, well, that might be me one day. Also, it makes you look weak. It makes you look like the problems you having with them are weighing down on you. And if she's trying to date you and get to know you, no woman want to date a weak man. No woman want to date a weak. What kind of woman wants to date a man who she asks, so what's going on with your baby mom? Man, they get on my nerves, man. Man, they always nagging me. They don't let me see my kids. No woman want to hear you complaining, dog. No one want to hear you complain. She want to hear you standing up and being tall, standing up and being strong, standing up and being a great father. The fact that if you having drama with them women, and you mention the drama, mention it in the effort to show that you're handling it. Mention it in the way to let the woman know that even though this is going on, you on top of it, and she ain't got nothing to worry about. She got a man who's strong, dependable, knowledgeable, has the will to push through hardships, the stuff that women care about, security, leadership, financial security. Show her that when it comes to you talking about what's going on with these women that having these kids out there. That's what I've learned as well. Women don't want to hear you complaining, dog. No matter how funny you are, no matter how good that wood game is, no matter how much money you got, if you ain't handling your stuff as a parent, it looks bad, dog. It looks terrible. And the woman tend to not go. She potentially can tend to not want to deal with you in that manner. But anyway, benefits. Here's some benefits though, if there are any benefits to and Cynthia says, good advice to the man, nephew. Hey, to the men, I try my best, you know what I'm saying? I don't know it all, but I have been around the world. 4 times, and I take my experiences, try to help other people. But I'm flawed as well. I make a lot of mistakes, man. Benefits of having a lot of kids. One of the benefits, the biggest benefits that you can, if you're on top of your game, this benefit I'm about to mention now can only be a benefit if you're on top of your game. And I'll explain what I mean by on top of your game. Legacy. Having a bunch of kids or a child, for any stretch of the imagination, but a bunch of kids, you have the potential to create a grand legacy. Your kids, like I said in the beginning, are your DNA. They're part of you. So one thing that you can do, I don't want to say you have to live through your kids, but you can represent to give your kids information that you wish you had or could have benefited you, that can benefit them. For instance, choosing your sexual partner wisely. I had no guidance on that. So you can give that information to your kids, which potentially could to make your legacy become something stronger, because you had children out there making wise decisions when it comes to sex partners. Financial wisdom. I had nobody talking to me about money. Like, we had nobody talking about money. I remember a long time ago, it's getting a little personal. One of them will take care of you in the elder days. I hope my kids take care of me. But one of the things that I remember talking about my mom with a long time ago. I think I was in 4th grade. I asked her something about a bill and how much it was and how much money she made. She probably didn't even remember this, but how much money she made at the job and all that stuff. It was a real young statement. I probably didn't word it right, but I remember her in a sense saying, "Don't worry about that," or "this grown folk business," or something to that stretch of the imagination. Or it was basically a dismissal from her, right? And I didn't think nothing of it. I don't need to know about that. I'm just a kid. I got homework to worry about. But as a parent, I look back on that and I say, when my kids come to, my kids don't even come to me about bills. I come to them. I tell, when they ask me for something, I break it down in a ridiculous way. I'll say, "Okay, son, you want that game? Here's an example. You want that game? That game costs, say, $50. $50 is what I have to use my money to pay for. My money that I have is after tax dollars. After tax dollars. So if I make, let's say, $10 an hour, you would think I would have to work 5 hours to be able to afford that game. The truth is, I gotta work maybe 7.5 hours because that money has to be taxed and deducted. So I gotta work 7.5 hours, lose income from taxes and deductions, and then give literally all the rest of that money so you can have one game. I break it down to my children in that manner so they know how it functions. Like, as a kid, we get into the atmosphere of asking our moms and our dads for stuff because we just want it. We don't know the struggle they got to go through to get that money to be able to afford that stuff we're asking for. So when bring it back to my topic of one of the benefits is legacy. You can start teaching your children about how you can educate them financially on money and how it works as they're growing up. So they'll make more smarter decisions when it comes to money and purchases and wants and all that stuff, so that they'll have better outcomes financially. So now they're choosing better partners. They're making better decisions with who they have sex with. They know about money and the finances. So all the hardships I'm dealing with money when it comes to raising all these kids, they'll be able to avoid it, which means they'll have a better legacy carrying on your DNA and your name, because you can teach them things, man. And when you got a bunch of kids, the potential to have, which leads me to my next benefit, the potential to have a army of wise, smart, powerful, strong children out there creates a network, right? That's the second benefit of having a bunch of kids. You can create a legacy, and that legacy of brothers and sisters can have a network. You can have one kid who can, because he's been educated by his father, the importance of education and business and mindset. You got a lawyer child. You got a doctor child. You got a financial CPA child. You got a nurse child who knows about fucking doctor or whatever. So you can create a network of children who are professionals. So if one brother, hey brother, my car broke down. Let me go to my mechanic brother and see if he can get my car fixed, saving money. And my brother getting business. And my brother getting experience working on cars because my brother is a mechanic. But bro, before I fix your car, man, I messed up and cut my arm dealing with an engine or something. Will this get infected? This happen? Whatever. My doctor's sister says, oh, no, you ain't got to worry about that doing this. All you got to do is care for this way, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's the potential benefit. You can have a network within the family unit of your children based on if you raise them right, if they make wise decisions, and they're more than likely going to make wise decisions. If you're, like I said, the first benefit I talk about can only work if your mind right. You can't just be out here skeeting and having kids and just hoping that they're gonna grow up and be great individuals. You got to parent them in the manner that you want the outcome of their life to be. Your kid ain't go. I didn't know nothing about money growing up. Nothing about money. So the potential for me to make financial mistakes was higher because I wasn't raised like that. So when I have my children, they doing something, an exercise all the time. I have them create a business, and the business has to create a product or a service all the time. They don't know why I'm doing this. They sometimes hate it, but I have my children creating a business. One piece of paper, I have them write the business at the name of the business at the top, whether it's a product or a service. What if it's a product? Tell me what the product is, describe the product, do the SWOT analysis, tell me the market, who they're gonna sell it to. Now I have them do all of this stuff because I want my kid to have the mindset of how to create a better legacy for themselves. I want to show them things I wish I had somebody teaching me when I was growing up. Only thing I knew was church and goddamn how to be poor. Well, I don't want to say how to be poor, but because that sounds bad. I wasn't taught economic growth, I would say. I was taught how to manage what we got. We only got this. We got to make do with it with this. It wasn't that we only got this. Here's how we can get more. Economic growth is different from just maintaining. I don't want to maintain. I want to create legacy. We weren't taught legacy. And there's no shade to my parents, you know what I'm saying, because they doing well. But your legacy, the children you leave behind, the children that you have in your life, you have to teach them so they can have a life that for the destination for themselves. I'm not gonna know nothing about money. If you want me to grow up to be a great financial literate person, you have to show me that. Because you can't just hope I'm gonna find it on my own. I found it because I was at the bottom of the world. I ain't had, my kids was gone. I was dealing with the law. You know what I'm saying? Money, I'm empty on income because all my money going and trying to stay away from the out of jail and take care of my kids. I'm trying to maintain. I'm not thinking about growth because it's not on my. It's not. I haven't been taught that. So you got to teach your children what you want their life's outcome to be. You can't just hope for it. Cynthia said another way to teach them about money is to write them out paycheck. Make them write their paychecks. Wait, my vision a little bit. Another way to teach them about money is write them out paychecks, which gives them a payday and deduct taxes from their paychecks due to allowances and all. So yeah, allowances is a great way to teach children about money and how it functions, how they earn it, how they use it, how it all of that stuff. So allowances, you hey son, you don't just receive money. You perform a service or present a product, and money is earned. It's called earned income. You earn that money, and out of that money, you got to pay taxes because the taxes are what pays the government to operate everything, like put street signs up, pave the streets, pay for city and county officials and stuff like that. So you take out a tax. You get $5 a day for cleaning up your room. I'm gonna take $1 back for taxes because I paid for all this house up here. And this room you clean up is paid for by my bills. So you gonna, out of the money you earn from doing your taxes, from doing your allowances, that $5, you gonna pay me $1 every day in house management tax. So how they get the concept of taxes, as well as what that money, that tax money is going. You don't just take the money from them. You tell them why. You tell them what the money is used for. This taxes are used to put money in my pocket to maintain this household, the household that your room is in, that you make money from by keeping clean. So yeah, that's a good way to teach them about money and how it functions and all that. And that money they save up. So when they start asking for them games, you say, okay, the game costs $50. You know you only get $5 a day. Wait a minute, $4 a day from keeping your room clean. So is that game worth got doggone 13 days of work to be able to afford that game? To you, is it worth that? You teach them value of money. That creates a legacy. Now they're growing up valuing money as opposed to just feel like money is expendable. So instead of them growing up asking for a bunch of stuff, they start thinking, is this worth even getting? Is this worth even asking for? What else can I be doing with my money? Money management. They are learning money management and don't even know it. So yeah, that's a lot of different things you can show benefits from your kids. Another benefit of having a bunch of kids is this: you have a big family, man. Ain't nothing like big family. One thing that I lost track of in my 20s, and there was a lot because I was in a relationship trying to maintain a relationship, and I was trying to seek goals in my life, and I lost focus on life itself because I'm focused on something else. One thing I recognize by having a big family is that it's a lot of great people in my family. We got comedians, we got musicians, we got business owners, we got hard workers, we got marriages that have lasted for years. We got great representatives of the smiles and the joys of life in my family. So by having a bunch of children, it makes things fun, man. Like, I know people who are friends in my life right now who only have like 1 or 2 family members in the state because they moved away from family or whatever, and they have to seek family through new friends or whatever. And there's nothing like having your blood, your kinfolk around you, and a lot of them. Like I was leading to earlier, in my 20s, I ain't gonna say I ignored my family, but I was focused on other things, and I wasn't there. I missed cookouts, I missed Thanksgiving dinners, I missed just get-togethers. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there as much as I should have been. But as of lately, when I go to like my cousins' houses or my aunt's houses, stuff like that, events and stuff like that, I see a lot of family, and it's like, as an adult, it's like, damn, this is dope as hell. I wish my children could see this every day. I wish I could see this every day. And that's something that you can't really get if you don't have a big family, man. The camaraderie of your family, the network of your family, the inspiration from your family, the smiles, and just to be able to say, yo, you got a dope crew of people who share the same bloodline as you, man. That's one benefit that you can have from having a big family, man. But I'm over my time. I'm out. I will be touching back on topics like this again. I try not to have the show go too long. I'm at an hour and damn near 10 minutes. But anyway, I'm gonna let this show go for the night, man. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you. You guys have no idea just how much. Cause I'm not no big name dude. I'm a regular old dude, man. Just having a show from passion, man. If you want to contribute to the show, man, please donate to the Cash App if you want to. The Cash App is SPMediaTV. You don't have to. I'm not asking you to, but if you want to, if you feel generous, you can. My main goal for this show is just to have a platform to talk about fatherhood. Hope I can get fathers on here to talk about their issues, talk about their likes, their dislikes, their motivations, how they can help me and other people. Also, if you want to watch more content, man, please be sure to go to the YouTube, type in SPMediaTV in the search bar, click on the channel page. On the channel page, you'll go to the playlist and click on the Father's Day playlist, and you'll find all the Father's Day content right there. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the videos, share the videos. Also, I really want to get this Father's Day Facebook page booming. Go to Facebook, type in Father's Day Show. And it'll pop up there, man. Like the page, follow the page, invite your friends to like and come chime in on this topic. One thing I really want to get to, Thank you. She says, Cynthia says, nephew, I enjoyed it. Great topic. See you next Sunday. I go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. I went late a little bit today because I had some stuff to do. But for the most part, we go live every Sunday at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Guys, I want to get this Facebook page up to 1,000+ people, man. Facebook and YouTube act like they don't care nothing about you if you ain't got at least 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 followers, and a consistent amount of viewers coming in every single show. So please, guys, if you can, share the content. If you enjoy it, please come back for more. Please check out our old videos and check out all the content that we've talked about. Chime in as well if you want to talk about new topics, or you want to you got a topic you want to talk about. Go to the Facebook page, leave a comment, title it topic, and then write the topic out and whatever. Then we'll check it out and we'll view that. Anyway, man, I want to say this one thing, which is very, very, very important. I need everybody out there to understand this right here. I go by the name of Midway, and it's not just any day. It's Father's Day. We out. Let's get it.